You're watching Q News. Here are the top stories for this hour. A ship carrying humanitarian aid and international activists bound for Gaza was reportedly struck by drone fire while sailing in international waters off the coast of Malta, according to the Freedom Flotilla Coalition. The Maltese government confirmed that the vessel and its crew were brought to safety early Thursday morning with the assistance of a nearby tugboat that supported firefighting efforts on board. Despite the rescue, the organization warned that the ship remains at risk. The UN Relief and Works Agency has warned that Israel's ongoing blockade on Gaza is silently killing more women and children every day, in addition to those dying in airstrikes. UNRWA called on Israeli authorities to immediately lift the siege and allow the entry of essential humanitarian supplies into the territory. The Israeli military has confirmed it intercepted a missile launched from Yemeni territory at Israel and is currently assessing the outcome of the interception. According to the army, a total of 25 ballistic missiles have been fired at Israel from Yemen since the resumption of military operations in Gaza. Air raid sirens were activated across dozens of locations in northern Israel, including Haifa, its surrounding Bay Area, and the Golan Heights. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said last night's airstrike near the presidential palace in Damascus was a clear warning to the Syrian government. The Israeli military claimed the attack aimed to prevent harm to the Druze minority in Syria, following allegations of threats against the community. The United States has intensified its military campaign against Yemen's Houthis, launching 3 airstrikes on Thursday targeting the Kitab district in Saada province. These actions are part of Operation Rough Rider, initiated in March 2025 under U.S. President Donald Trump's administration. Earlier, the Houthis have targeted U.S. naval assets and Israeli territories, including the USS Carl Vinson and cities like Jaffa. The 4th round of indirect U.S.-Iran talks, mediated by Oman and scheduled for Saturday in Rome, has been postponed due to logistical reasons, according to Omani foreign minister. A new date for the talks will be announced once all parties reach an agreement. Iran's foreign ministry confirmed the postponement, attributing it to a request from Oman's top diplomat. Tehran reaffirmed its commitment to pursuing a fair and lasting agreement. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department stated that while the talks are expected to take place soon, the May 3rd session had not been officially confirmed. Beirut's Supreme Defense Council said that Lebanon has warned Hamas not to conduct operations that compromise the country's security or sovereignty. Secretary General of the Supreme Defense Council, Mohammed al-Mustafa, added that cabinet warned Hamas against using Lebanese territory to carry out any actions that threaten Lebanese national security. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio renewed their calls for Russia and Ukraine to reach a peace agreement. Vance stated that there is no clear end in sight for the conflict in Ukraine, while Rubio clarified that President Donald Trump needs to see a breakthrough very soon.
Because we came in on January, this is quarterly numbers, and we came in and
Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that some small groups of Ukrainian soldiers were still holed up in basements and hideouts in Russia's western Kursk region. Speaking in Moscow, he mentioned that radio intercepts indicated the remaining Ukrainians were requesting urgent evacuation. Earlier this week, Putin called top commanders in Kursk to congratulate them on the victory and the end of their operation to expel Ukrainian forces, following a Ukrainian border assault last August. Ukraine has stated that some of its forces are still in Kursk and nearby Belgorod. China Media Group has hosted a robotics visionary summit in Beijing ahead of the World Robot Skills competition set to take place in June. Organized by CMG Society and Education Program Center, the summit spotlighted emerging trends in robotics and featured a live event showcasing cutting-edge innovations across multiple sectors. Visitors experienced interactive zones, including a high-speed football match between humanoid robots, a pottery contest with a bionic robot modeled after the Asian poet Xu Shi, and natural language exchanges with an AI robot named Xiao Qi. Children also tested their skills in classic board games like Go, Chinese chess, and Gomoko against robotic challengers. The showcased robots demonstrated applications ranging from education and healthcare to home services and agriculture, reflecting the growing impact of robotics in everyday life. This concludes our top stories for this hour. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates on Q News.